Hi, I'm Charla Reed.
And I'm Ken Reed.
And we'd like to introduce you to
the newest, latest, greatest features in
EnergyARM.com.
Now, if you've been an energy auditor or rater for quite a long time, or if you're new, either way, it's sometimes very difficult to remember to ask all the questions you really should ask when you first talk to a client or a customer. I know I sometimes forget to ask them a lot of these questions. So the customer, when they come in through your portal, will actually ask, these questions will be asked of them, and they will fill them out, but sometimes they won't get them all. But let's kind of go through these real quickly. Why are they having the audit? Are their home energy rating? Is it because they want to save money, etc., etc.? Are there smokers? In case you happen to be allergic to smoke, as an auditor or rater, you want to know if you're going to walk into a smoker's home. I do. How many occupants are there? Are there pets? If there are, to make sure that they're restrained, then you click here and you keep going through the questionnaire. How many heating and cooling systems are there in the house? Most people know that. Do they have central air? What's the fuel for their different things like their clothes dryer and their oven? They may or may not know that, but that's okay. Some people do. How many refrigerators do they have? That's a question most people can't answer. So it just depends. I'll go through and fill out what they can. But there's some really good questions in here. Do they have a fireplace? If they do, you need to tell them to make sure they not have a fire within 24 hours or 48 hours of you coming out, so they don't get smoke in their house or get ashes on their floor when you run the blower door. And then how many fireplaces do they have? Let's go on to the next one real quick. Attics. Do they have an attic? If they have an attic, can you get to the attic access door, or is it in a closet and they have to move stuff? You need to, and this thing asks them to make sure that the attic access is available and all. Is there crawl space? How many separate attics are there? Attic areas? How about, do we need to bring a ladder? And if you say yes, it's also going to open up a thing that says, do I need a 6, a 10, an 8, or 12-foot ladder? So if you know you're going to need a 12-foot ladder in advance, you may have to bring a truck instead of a car. These things all will make your life easier rather than showing up and realize you don't have a big enough ladder. So I'm going to stop here, but these are all great questions, and a lot of times people will tell you this if you ask them. The trouble is, a lot of us tend to forget to ask until we show up and realize we made a mistake.
We're excited to show you the tools and features in EnergyARM. So first of all, let's sign in to the Retrofit Exchange. And once we're in our audit, one of the cool things here on the first page that's brand new is this custom area names. You can click that link and you can actually give your different walls for your energy audit English names rather than what EnergyARM has come up with. So you'll notice there is a field for REM name, which will only let you put in a short name that REM will allow, and then you can put in a customer name that will be a nice long name that's easier to understand for you and for the customer. And trust me, when you come back to the audit later, that makes it a whole lot easier. You'll see a little E in parentheses for exterior, and there's a little I in parentheses for interior when you get to the interior part of the wall. This is also where you would delete any walls. If you make a mistake and put in a wall that you no longer need, you can delete it at this point.
One of the very nice features of the EnergyARM Energy Audit is the CAS calculator. The Combustion Appliance Zone CAS calculator takes all the guesswork out of the math that needs to be performed in order to accurately represent what's happening in the combustion appliance zones of the house. When you're within the audit of the EnergyARM tool, you'll notice a quick link on the top left menu called Calculator. This is the CAS calculator. When you click that link, the CAS calculator window will open. It's already populated with everything it knows about the current project. So you'll see number of bedrooms, volume of conditioned space, the actual CFM at 50 of air infiltration reading that you took, the number of stories of the house are all already input. Along with that, the CAS calculator has already calculated for you the required ventilation based on the building and the required ventilation based on the number of occupants that you have told the tool are living in this structure. From that information, it has determined what the building airflow standard is for this house. So our natural ventilation for this home should be a minimum of 1,283 CFM at 50 pascals of pressure. We're well above that building airflow standard, so you'll notice that the ventilation findings say that the home is okay.
Here's a real time saver for you. Once you've finished your audit, normally you'd have to go back to your office, download your photographs, tie them into the correct part of your report. However, in EnergyARM, the report is built automatically for you. The photographs, since you uploaded them and tagged them while you were on site, are automatically put in the correct place in the report. So the report is completed, the photographs are put in their correct spot, and you don't have to worry about spending hours trying to create a report and put all the photographs in the right place and give them captions. Another big time saver with EnergyARM is the automatic creation of the building file. All you have to do is click on Building File, and at this point, one of the questions that we need to answer is, what is our estimated infiltration reduction for this house? We've done the blower door test and we know how much infiltration there is right now, so we answer in this section what our estimated reduction at CFM50 is going to be for each type of improvement that's going to be made to this house. In this case, insulating the walls, how much of a CFM reduction, 50 reduction do we think that's going to have, insulating our attic, and performing some air sealing. So we calculate that out based on our experience and expertise, and we put in what our CFM 50 reduction is going to be for each of these areas, and then we click Save. The reason we have to estimate by area is that if not all improvements are made, then not all the infiltration reduction is going to be experienced. You'll get a link that says to right-click and save your target as, and that's to save your REM file, or you can just click on it and it will open REM automatically. And my REM file opens. You'll notice that it's already pre-populated with the information from EnergyARM, and it's got everything in there that we need.
Once you finished your audit and automatically generated the REM file, and so we've clicked on that and opened the audit up in REM rate, and it will also open up in REM design, so it doesn't matter if you're an auditor or a rater, either way you can open up this file. And we've gone through to make sure that everything seems populated correctly and we agree with all the results. Now this is the part that everyone's going to like, because one of the things that takes a lot of time, besides the audit, besides going out in the field, all the other things that takes time, is going and researching how much the improvements are going to cost. Well, what if you could go up to your reports, click on Improvement Analysis, click on Previous Run, and now all of a sudden it's already pre-populated with all the information that's based on this particular home, this particular audit, comes directly from the EnergyARM software and the retrofit exchange based on real pricing, so we have real numbers behind this now. And if you'll notice, as we scroll down this little list of things, walls, ceiling, infiltration, and look at this, photovoltaics. It's also built into it based on this house and the size of the roof and other factors, so that this person can find out what it would cost to add solar to their home. Now talk about something they're going to really like to see. So we'll go down here and click OK. Now we want to rank by SIR. We've got a discount rate in here of 4%, just for example, 30-year mortgage term. We're going to see all these various reports. They're all checked. And let's just say OK. It'll do its thing. And up comes the reports. We now have a $1,809 a year cost as it is for the home, and we can reduce it down to $1,482. Our HERS index will go from 122 to 98. And the payback for these various items are going to be listed in here. So it's just a fantastic report you're going to be able to give your customer. It's just above and beyond what they're going to expect to receive. And the fact that you could include solar is just probably going to blow their minds.